Greetings one and all, my name is Lancer and welcome back once again to Fate Zero. We'll be watching episode 21 and last time on. Kirei prepares for her death and she will become the Grail. And she had one final talk with Maya. Just talking about how like, hey, I'm gonna die, but you need to live. Go and find your family someday. And well, sadly that was a curse that she put upon her as immediately Ryder appeared and killed Maya and took Iris Veil. With Saber now in pursuit, what is the meaning of all this? Let's get right into the episode. Oh, Maya. Meanwhile...
Iris Veil.
I feel more and more like Kiritsugu in this opening, where it's just falling into the ocean. Straight to the action, though. God damn, the artwork in this show, man. Why isn't he on his chariot? God damn. Akira, who? I'm honestly surprised there's not an Akira bike slide with Saber. There might be, I don't actually remember. It's one of the most stunning ufotable sequences I've ever seen. And that's even going off its future stuff as well. Demon Slayer, it's amazing looking, obviously, and even some later Fate stuff, but this is just one of the most clean sequences and compositing work that's ever been done.
Have I lost them? If I can't see them anymore, then I'll sense them.
And then,
a chariot?
Conveniently,
I have you now, Ryder.
I have you now. Conveniently, the real Ryder shows up.
Doesn't it seem like she's following us?
Well,
Okay, we're looking for her.
If it isn't Saber herself, motorcycles don't usually travel that fast, do they?
She's a servant.
Of course, with Saber's skill at riding, we don't really know what it can do.
Ironically, I would say Saber's a better rider than Ryder. Honestly, in this war specifically, it could have been fun if it was swapped where Ryder was Saber and Saber was Ryder. I feel like it kind of would have been the same thing, honestly.
Change of plans. I shall use an ordinary race to settle things with the girl.
A race, a true mark of kingship.
Nothing in heaven or on earth can stop me from being victorious.
Nothing can stop my drive. There you go, the truth. At least Kiritsugu learns.
This is bad. I'm reaching the machine's limits.
Time to go beyond. Combine her armor with the vehicle. Insane.
Invisible air!
Now she's more slipstream. How's that for a noble phantasm?
A mechanical contraption like that going so fast is splendid. It's a fair race, but it needn't be polite.
You play dirty.
This is what you get if you want to chase Iskander!
No one said it had to be fair. Come, Saber.
Excellent. You really are the proud king of knights. Truly the beautiful flower of the battlefield.
He finally recognizes her.
Do not underestimate me!
Underrated fight, this one. Woo!
Prepare yourself!
He managed to deflect her while riding. I mean, in a sword fight, she wins. God damn. One of the most underrated fights in the show, I think. I mean, it's kind of a gimmicky thing, but I mean, it's kind of like Gilgamesh and Berserker's fight, where it's just, you know, an aerial, like, chase fight. This one's more clean, I feel. This is what you get when you want to chase Iskander. It's a shame, though, that it's not for the reason that he wants.
Iris Veil isn't here?
Yeah, maybe let's talk about that.
So then, where is she?
Maybe ask.
Did you really think you could trick me by imitating a servant? Ryder's master lacks the intel gathering skills to have found that place. Tosaka could not have possibly attacked in his state.
I mean, if you remember all the details, I mean, Kirei talked about how, like, we've discovered where the Einsburn master is hiding. And Ryder and Waver never talked about knowing where they were.
Only the Matos could have abducted Iris Veil. Where is Iris Veil?
I don't know! I don't know anything!
Where is Kariya Mato?
I have no idea where that fool is!
This is so fucking random. But it's also really funny knowing who this is and knowing as well who Kiritsugu ends up fathering. It adds another layer to Shiro and Shinji's relationship. It's kind of a funny guess, like, my dad would beat up your dad. My dad nearly fucking killed your dad.
He left this morning with some guy who said he was the overseer from the church!
Process of elimination.
Overseer, Kirei, Kotomine.
And now it all falls into place for him. Just remembering just like the deal Kirei made with Tokiomi, just like, oh, he leaves. Oh, well, if Tokiomi's dead, and an overseer from the church, and I'm sure Kiritsugu probably knows that the overseer's dead. It all falls into place. You're
I didn't
screwed.
expect the real rider to suddenly appear there. Truly a fortuitous development.
Fate, you could say.
You seem to have been blessed by good luck. It favors you on the battlefield.
Saying that to him, of all people.
Was this deception really worth the use of 2 of my 3 command seals?
You don't need to worry about that. Now, hold out your hand.
And just give him back. Why would the church be doing something like this?
As long as you work with me, you may use your command seals without the slightest hesitation. A transformation ability of all things.
There are lots of stories of him succeeding by disguising himself as another knight in pursuit of some heroic deed.
Well, if you know Arthurian legend, that pretty much gives away who he is. Which, I mean, at the time, I didn't fucking know. The twist of who he is was kind of a twist to me. It actually worked. It's like, oh, wow. No wonder he has an interest in Saber.
Your servant's obsessive fixation on Saber is awe-inspiring.
Is she really the vessel for the Holy Grail?
More accurately, her insides are.
She's just a shell.
As promised, I shall gladly give you the Holy Grail.
There is the other promise you made to me, Father.
Right.
At midnight tonight, go to the Fuyuki Church. You will find Tokiomi Tosaka there.
Didn't see where the body went.
Tonight at midnight, your wish will be fulfilled.
Poor Kariya, man. I mean, at this point, he's so desperate. I mean, with the end of the war nearly in sight, I feel like it's even worse. He'll take anything he can get, and he'll be manipulated for it. Yeah, sure, I'll give you the Grail. I'm not a master. Why wouldn't I? He doesn't question the fact that isn't the church supposed to be neutral? Why would you help me? But he just doesn't care if it means he gets the Grail, or even kills Tokiomi, but...
I don't know who you are, but I suggest you show yourself now.
You are indeed a veteran inquisitor.
So you're Zoken Mato.
That's correct.
This is a fun interaction, especially, you know, knowing their future interaction in Heavensfeel.
We're really going to attack from right here?
We have to flip the chariot around. What choice do we have? We don't have ranged
The
attacks.
sword of light we saw her use against Caster has a delay before activation. We'll strike then.
Why would you do something so crazy?
Precisely because it is, boy.
Exactly. Do you know who I am?
She may even change her mind and decide to be my vassal after all.
She would sooner die.
Right now, on the battlefield, she is like a star fallen down to earth. Only as a part of my glorious army will she truly be able to shine in her full brilliance.
You arrogant fool, but I respect the hell out of it.
Without destroying or degrading them, he sought to rule their very souls. Thus was he the king of conquerors. Win by whatever means you wish.
Boy, it seems you are finally beginning to understand the meaning of conquest.
I feel like Ryder, he might have stood a chance here. Maybe if the chariot was already flipped around. But I mean, like you said, there is a delay before activation, and plus she has to say Excalibur. Again, it's like a Kamehameha, like I've said so many times at this point. I don't feel like you always have to say Kamehameha, which, I mean, shows in Dragon Ball. Like, there's times where Goku unleashes a Kamehameha and just doesn't say it. She can charge it up as much as she wants, or as little as she wants.
Glory lies beyond the horizon.
Yeah! The second Excalibur strike. These poor bulls. Excalibur! Yeah. So much for the delay. That was definitely much faster than the caster one. But the caster one, she needed to charge it as much as possible because it was a massive target. So that wasn't much of an insight for that. It's one of those fights, though, where it's like, I'm kind of rooting more for Saber, weirdly enough. Just because, you know, at this point, like, she's trying to get to Iris Vale. So it's just like, there's no point in us fighting right now. But also, Ryder's just like, yeah, this is a fight we wanted. Or, well, he wanted, at least. If it was an actual fight, in which it wasn't on the clock, they probably could have taken their time more with it. But, yep. Quick, done. And who knows, maybe if she launched it any faster, Ryder actually would have died there. But that would have been anticlimactic.
I was quite interested to see what sort of clever deception you would employ to destroy Kariya. The sheer pleasure of watching Kariya suffer is something I shall never tire of. Victory for the Matos, or a miserable end for him.
Why not both? He's gonna die anyway.
So, you enjoy watching your own flesh and blood suffer like that.
Don't be a hypocrite now, Kirei.
You of all people would understand that sentiment.
We're birds of a feather.
You give off exactly the same scent as I do. That of a hungry, wiggling little maggot irresistibly attracted by the rotting meat of Kariya.
At least you realize he's a
scary.
maggot.
I tease you at my own peril, eh? I can assure you that we shall see each other again, young one. By the next time we meet, see to it that you've allowed your true nature to fully ripen, so that you and I might fight on an equal footing.
I wish that was brought up in Stay Night, but I guess this feels like one of those interactions that was made specifically for this show to give a little more seed to just obviously their interaction in Heaven's Feel. I don't remember exactly what their conversation, because like there's a little bit of that conversation in the movie at least where they do talk, but I kind of wish it was a more just like, so your true nature has fully ripened. And well, to be fair, the fight they have is not a fight. Kirei bullies Assassin and then runs up and just fucking baptizes Zoken, which is one of my favorite scenes in all of Fate, to be fair. Which shows just like, maybe you should have fought here. You would have stood more of a chance, Zoken. Jesus. Final flash. Secret War. Fireworks. It's a great shot, though. Just shows, though, Kirei just like, is that what I'm becoming like? Which he is. A little hypocritical in this moment, just like kind of scorning Zoken, which I'm glad he pointed out. Just like, you're doing the exact same thing I am. The only difference is I'm aware of it. Though I don't know if I necessarily buy it, just like, win the Holy Grail, which is my purpose, or watch my son suffer for his actions. Why not do both? Kariya's gonna die anyway, but I guess it's more painful to just watch him suffer trying to save Sakura, even though it's in vain.
Ryder.
Well, that was close. Yeah, rip to the chariot.
I'm sorry, boy. I screwed up.
Ryder! Use Zionian Hetairoi!
We've lost already.
Chariot is all I will use against Saber.
And that settles that.
Wait, she left.
A motorcycle. It's magnificent.
I should get one of those, especially now since I don't have a chariot.
How are we supposed to get back to town?
Well, I suppose we'll have to walk.
I mean, bullshit. He could summon a horse. Yeah, sure, let's walk. Oh, God. Right, I forget how this ends.
How many more days do I have? But I can't die now. Not yet.
Kirei's plan. Speaking of Kariya and pain. There he is. Kariya's so gone at this point, but it's just, why would Tokiomi just leave himself exposed like this? It's like he faced you head on before.
So did you think you killed me, Tokiomi? Well, you blew it. I'll keep coming back to...
Yeah. Where did he move there? Then icing on the cake.
Kariya?
God.
No, wait! It wasn't me! He was...
I mean, I feel like he could have talked about it, but I mean, it works that like in episode 17, there's that scene between him and his wife, which I mean, we never hear what he says to her, but I feel like it was maybe something along the lines of just like, look, our marriage may not have been the best anything, but I feel like maybe in his last thing, he maybe made amends in some amount, just despite our marriage being one of business or whatever, maybe I do love you. I love our children. Well, our one child that we chose to keep. I chose to keep. Just because, I mean, she smiled at him at the end, which I don't know. Maybe that's just me trying to see the best in people. But I felt like that was good to then have this scene where it's just, I don't know, makes it believable that she breaks down for him.
Are you satisfied now? Now the Matos are sure to win the Holy Grail War.
I didn't...
Why? Ripping Sakura completely out of my life wasn't enough.
Well, I mean...
You had to kill him right in front of me.
Well, I mean, he was the one who gave her away, but...
It was all his fault! If it weren't for what he did, no one would have ever had to suffer! You, Aoi, or Sakura, you could have had a happy life!
You shut your mouth! What could you possibly know about it? You've never loved anyone in your entire life!
There was someone I loved. She was warm and kind. For her, I would lay down my life. That's why I've endured this pain until now. Endured it all! I can't let it deny everything I've been through. There is someone in this world that I love. Who did I do this for? If I'm going to die, I may as well!
May as well, huh? Sheesh. Well, you got to hold her again.
It was trite and full of cliches. But still, I have to say, not bad for your first script.
Your first script, goddammit. I mean, there's not really a lot to talk about with Aoi's character, just because, I mean, we got so little with her. Again, like I talked about before, I feel like her marriage to Tokiomi was one where, again, similar to Rei and Endeavor in My Hero Academia, where Tokiomi was looking for somebody who could provide him powerful mage children, and I'm sure a family made an offer, and despite it all, like, Tokiomi never struck me as somebody who maybe was, like, abusive or anything, but I feel like it was definitely a case he valued the future of his house and his family name more than the family itself. So it was more a case of his love was a love of convenience more so than genuine. I mean, she said it in the first episode to Kariya, just that's what it means to be the wife of a mage. She's accepted, I feel like from the beginning, that this is the kind of life she would have, but her saying there just like, you've never loved anyone in your life, I feel like a lot of that comes from, there probably was a point in time where maybe she felt something for Kariya, just like how he loved her once, still does to an extent. Whatever decisions he made in his life in which he went off and just abandoned the family and just went off to the world and decided to just travel and do all that. I'm sure there's a thing there where it's like, if you hadn't chose to do that, I would have stayed with you or something like that. I don't know. Again, there's a lot of story that's never really discussed, but I mean, I do like it in that way where there's enough details there where you can kind of fill in the gaps of their history, but not everything's explained and just spelled out for you. Sad character, Aoi. But somehow doesn't die from that. Mentally, she does.
What are your impressions?
It seems the taste of wine changes. Far more than I ever expected.
Well, then I believe that you are finally beginning to know what it means to expand your horizons.
To experience joy.
If it will taste as wonderful as this has, then I would dearly love to sample it once again.
Episode 21, Night on Two Wheels. We're down to the last 29 hours. One more day. Well, that was episode 21 of Fate Zero. It's the stretch of episodes from 20 to 22 that I feel like go underappreciated, just because I feel like it goes from like, you know, the stretch from like 14 to 19 and then kind of jumps over to 23 to 25. Just like, obviously, though some crazy stuff happens, it's again kind of the last breaths of calm, minus obviously the action and crazy things with Kariya that just happened, before we then go into obviously the last stretch of episodes before the end. Kariya though, man, every time he's on screen it just adds more and more to that tragedy. It's hard to say whether or not he deserved any of it. I mean, I'll always say just like there's no one who deserves pain like that. Like all he wanted was just to save Sakura and deep down also get revenge on Tokiomi. You figured at that point he'd realize, oh, that priest just used me, but at this point now he's just so broken. Aoi is dead as far as he's concerned, so now it's just like I'll just give everything trying to save Sakura, I guess, at this point, and if I can't, well, I'm dying anyway. It's obviously fucked up what he does to Aoi, but when I first saw it, and I think a lot of people saw it, I thought he was gonna do something worse. I mean, worse than killing, but I just feel like with that line of just like what I've endured, if I'm gonna die I might as well. Someone who I once thought of as warm and kind, which I mean different versions of the story may depict it differently. I got the point. Also ripped to Ryder's chariot. That's what happens when you try to face Excalibur, which I mean kind of is poetic in its way, just Ryder berating just that brilliant light and how it hurts, and how him trying to charge towards his own destiny with his own power was nothing in the face of that brilliant light. Which is cool at least that Saber gets to fight all of the last servant. Well, fight, I wouldn't necessarily count her Gilgamesh fight as a fight, but you know, we'll get to that. But now Hyri's captured by Kirei, Kariya's broken, Waver and Ryder are weakened, and it's just Kiritsugu and Saber now, ironically enough. But either way, this is my reaction to episode 21 of Fate Zero. Jump next time for episode 22 as everything else be coming out soon. Until next time, I'm Lancer. Thanks for watching.